Class 201 means 71. Robot. Many definitions are given. Robot is a mechanical device which can perform actions in a human way, or at least seemingly human way. ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ಹಾಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ಅಂದಾಜಿನ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ಹಾಗೆ ಗೋಚರಿಸುವಂತೆ. They are programmable machines which are capable of carrying out series of actions autonomously or semi autonomously. ಸ್ವಂತಿಕೆಯಿಂದ ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗಾದರೂ ಸ್ವಂತಿಕೆ ಬುದ್ಧಿಯಿಂದ. Autonomously means ಸ್ವಂತಿಕೆಯಿಂದ. Okay. There are different types of robots. In this subject, we are dealing with industrial robot, a robot used for industrial purpose. So it is used for handling workpieces, tools, or special devices. For example, robots are used in welding, robots are used in manufacturing and assembling also. They can work faster than human beings, more effectively, more accurately, as well as they never get tired. So it is an automatic, servo controlled, etc. etc. Multi purpose manipulator. Manipulation means you can change its functions in various ways. Okay. So it can be used for multi purpose, multiple tasks. There are other definitions also. You can write any definitions. So it contains rigid links, okay, connected by joints. See, this is see rigid links. This is a rigid link. Anything connected by joints. This is also a rigid link. This is called as end effector or gripper. Okay, so see in the joint, it can be a stepper motor or it can be a DC motor. So like that. End effector, the shape of the end effector depends upon the object it is going to handle. It can be like human hand or it can be tool oriented. Suppose say you want to do it the welding operation. So accordingly we will change this end gripper. As a same robot, you can remove this end gripper and put another end gripper for different tasks in many cases. Right. So types of uh, the right. There are some laws in robotics. What is robotics? Okay. Robotics is nothing but study of robots, branch of technology that deals or studies about robots. It is interdisciplinary branch having mechanical, electrical, electronics, all these things together. All applications of all these things are put together. But one thing, robots must follow some philosophical rules. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೆಲವು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಸರಿಯಾದ ನಡತೆ ಅಥವಾ ಅದು ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಓಕೆ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಸಿ ವಾಟ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ see a robot should not injure humanity or human being. Okay, you get the you get The work done by robot, any work, but it should not injure humanity. Okay, but today robots are used in defense, military applications. This law is for industrial robot. Okay, not for weaponry robot. Right. So first thing is that it should not injure human beings. Second law, okay, it should obey order given by human beings. Okay, first thing is that it should not injure human beings. Okay, this zeroth law and first law are actually combined together and considered as single law, because the small difference here is it should not injure humanity or it should not injure human being. Okay, knowingly or unknowingly. Okay, second law says robot must obey orders given by human beings, but subject to the first condition. Means it should not harm human being. Suppose a human being gives order to a robot to kill someone. Okay, it should not accept. Means industrial robot. Okay, means it should obey all the orders except those orders which will violate the first law. Means first and zeroth law. Next, so see, this is the higher law. First, the highest law is this. Okay, when you say humanity, there comes human being as well as nature. Okay, now second law. Okay, that's finished. Third law, it should protect its own existence from harm. Okay, means suppose say you give some order to a robot, but say the battery of robot is weak. At that time, even if we give order, it should not perform the order. It should try to save itself. Or suppose say the robot hand manipulator is capable of designed to lift only 50 kg. We give order to lift 80 kg. It should not perform because it will harm itself. So robot should protect itself. So it should carry out human orders, okay, by protecting itself. That is the least law. Higher is second law. It should protect human beings. Sorry, yeah, first is it should protect itself. Okay, second thing is it should obey human orders. Third, more superior law, it means it should protect human beings. It should not injure human beings, not protect human beings. It should not injure human beings. In your syllabus, it is not mentioned, so not sure whether this is there in the this will come to examination, but you should know in general. You can write in your own way. See here, there is a word inaction, means knowingly or unknowingly, I think. If you see you can also check Google search loss of robot. Since this is not in syllabus, I did not go into detail about the words. Functions of a robot. See, it has to sense, it has to take decisions. Okay, then it has to perform the given tasks. Sensing is done by sensors. Decision making is done by the program stored in the robot memory as well as the sensor signals, and performing is done according to the sensor signals program and the user command. So accordingly, tasks are to be performed. Types, okay, general purpose robots and special purpose robots. General purpose means they are like for standard work, say welding or assembling the materials in a manufacturing company, like that. Standard types. They can be easily adapted to the user's requirements by attaching suitable end effector. Okay, end effector means grippers. Just what has been told here. To replace this, attach another one. The same robot can be used for another job. Okay, since they are mass produced, they are cheaper. Next, we have special purpose robots. They are tailor made, means specific for job requirements. They are not readily available in the market, hence, they are more expensive and it takes considerable time. Mostly, this is not in your syllabus, but you should know that. See, in the syllabus, it is mentioned classification of robots. Classification we will deal in the next class. Here, this is types of robots. Okay. Next is a simplest robot. Okay. Before that, components of robot. Parts of a robot. It has a base. Okay. Manipulator arm, joints, actuators, and gripper, a power source, and a controller, microcontroller. So all these things are required, and also sensors. So actuators and transmission system. Okay, transmission system can be gears, chains, any drive, or any links, any rigid link. So this is a block diagram of a robotic system. Next we have pick and place robot. Here in general, okay, pick and place. You can see a video also. It will see later. See, it is picking and placing from one place to another place. If, according to the program, okay, it will place here or there. See, it is placing here. When he gives another input, it places there. Now it is placing here because the command is the previous one, or say one here on to here. Okay, so this is a pick and place robot. Okay, you can program. You can also program. When you change the program, the operation will change. You can see more videos yourself. So the components are very similar. So it has an arm which is a rigid body, and joints are there which can be linear or rotary joint. Okay, the joints decide degree of freedom for the components. So the robotic arm can be mechanical, hydraulic, or electrical, means controlled by these ways. Mechanical power. Okay, the actuators can be mechanical, hydraulic, electrical, or even pneumatic also. Okay, actuators, but control unit can be by these ways. Manipulators. Manipulator means the entire assembly or mechanism which has arms, base, gripper, everything. So gripper is the final part, final link. It has sensors, power source, and drives, means actuators. Okay, these things are there. So applications, you can write applications of pick and place robots. Now, classification of robots. The types of robots set in 507, that is included here in short. So we had seen their general classification in 507. Okay, general purpose and special purpose. Here, all the classifications are given. See, why there are different classifications. See, for example, when we say about car, types of cars, in a simple way, we say it is petrol car or two wheeler or diesel car, or say two stroke engine, four stroke engine, or say when you say about four wheelers, you may say six seater, four seater, eight seater, etc. From user point of view, that is one type of classification. From technical point of view, you will say single cylinder engine, multi cylinder engine, disc brake, drum brake, and different types of tires, different types of bodies, whether it has say bulletproof protection, etc. So that's another classification used for which purpose? Means to handle VIPs or normal way. So that is also another type classification. So different classifications are there. So robots also we have different types of classification. In standard classification, we are we will discuss the mechanical or movement method. One is mechanical configuration, how it moves, means on what procedure. The movement can be Cartesian coordinate system, means x, y, z, rectangular. Normally in two dimensional, we say rectangular coordinate system, x, y. It can be polar also, means it can be r angle theta. You have studied these two configurations in mathematics as well as in electrical subjects. You have studied x plus jy impedance. You write x plus jy. So x and y, two coordinates are there. You can also write as r angle theta, where r is the magnitude, theta is the deviation from reference axis or reference phasor or reference voltage or current. So that is polar configuration. So how the robot elements, manipulators and grippers move, you can program using this method or this method. Okay. Second is how the control is done, either by servo control or by non-servo. Non-servo means it can be stepper motor, because we know how much degrees a stepper motor will run. So even without closed loop control also we can achieve the required job. Stepper motor is cheaper. Servo is costlier because it is closed loop. But servo is more accurate than stepper motor. Even if you put whatever load, if there is variation of load, servo will give the exact same position. It is capable. But a stepper motor, if you give higher load, there will be small tilt or backlash will be there. Some error will be there due to effect of load. But in servo, that problem is not there. So mechanically, we have either XY or the control method. Means this is regarding with the movement. Okay, standard classification. Standard classification, we discuss about the movements. Okay. Next, broad classification. Whether they are programmable or then man operated. See, robots are programmable, but some robots are highly programmable. You can reprogram it for welding, say another work or another work. We can change it like anything. Say in a computer, you can use it for Word program, Micro Word, PowerPoint, Excel, AutoCAD, multimedia, many things. So like that, some robots can be used for various types of jobs by different programs. Some say PLC, it can be used only for some manufacturing or some controlling purpose. Okay, so like that. Okay, so here that is the first type. Second type, say intelligent robots. So suppose say you want to study environment of a forest, say it will be difficult for us to go stay there for 1 month. What we can do is we can send a robot. It will roam there, roam here and there, and get details, and then say one place to another place, or just you can also use data loggers. That is different. No, you're not usually robots, but just as an example, I am telling. See, intelligent robots. Say you are using the robot for watchman purpose. Okay, so such robots are not just doing the jobs mechanically like pick and place robots. They can take decisions according to the person entering there or dealing with that person. By facial expression, the robots can estimate nature of a person and take required steps. So, an example of intelligent robots. Next is teleoperated man controlled robots. Here, man is also in the loop. While the robot is performing its job, in between, man also is interacting. Say in a welding robot, once you give command, then man will not be interrupting till the end of job. Pick and place robot. Okay, but here it is not so. Man will be there with the robot intermittently, now and then. So this is broad classification. Next we have general purpose, general classification. This we have studied already. Okay. Selection of robots. Factors to be selected are according to the load capacity. How much load a robot should take. Number of degree of movement freedom required. Speed of movement required and reach. These are the main factors to be considered while selecting a robot.